Okay, so I had a prospective client call me yesterday for the neighborhood we're working in right now. We've got, I don't know, 7 or 8 homes in this neighborhood, and she saw our truck and she wanted a price. Here's the thing, is like in the middle of the year, whenever you get these calls in like August, like what's going on? Like, have you not had a lawn service? Are you fed up with your lawn service, or is it too hot? Do you need help with your lawn because it's too hot now? There's always a story when you're getting a new lawn in the middle of summer. There's always is. So I asked this lady, I said, hey, what's going on with the lawn? Is it being taken care of right now? And she said, yes, but my current lawn care provider, I'm just, I don't know if I'm happy. And I'm like, well, what does that mean, So I started asking questions. And guys, don't just give a price or talk to people and try and get yards without asking questions. It's important. You can get a lot of information from people whenever you start just talking to them and asking questions and pry, like really dig and pry. And that's what I want to talk about in this video. So I asked her, I said, what's going on with the current provider? She said, well, he's going up on his prices. And clients, they have every right to do that. They have every right to price shop. But whenever she tells me that I'm happy with my current lawn care provider, the quality he does, but I'm not happy with the price, that is a red flag to me. That is a red flag that this is probably somebody who's not my ideal client, even though they're in a neighborhood we're already doing a lot of lawns in. That being said, you have to pry and ask for more information. So I asked her and I said, if you're happy with him and it's a price thing, what else is going on? So people don't usually leave their lawn care providers over a small price increase. I said, what is the price increase and what's happening? She said, I don't have all the details yet, but he was doing my backyard once a month. My backyard doesn't really grow. And then the front yard, I don't know if it was but basically the front yard was being cut more frequently than the backyard area was. And I was like, man, this sounds like an absolute nightmare. It kind of sounds like this lady is very, very picky, probably needs a lot of hand holding. Anytime somebody's like trying to do backyard one week, front yard this time, but don't do the backyard this time, and then she's price sensitive to a price increase from her lawn care provider. These are all like, the red flags are like bing, 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 like they're going off, right? Fast forward to today. I told her, look, we will be in the neighborhood tomorrow, which is today. I said, I'll swing by and I will put eyes on the lawn and I will look at it. And it's actually right beside like 5 lawns. It's literally right beside lawns we're already taken care of. Would you know that I had the pleasure of meeting the lawn care provider on site at this job? His name is Josh. I don't even know if Josh watches lawn care videos or if he even watches my channel. But Josh, if you watch the channel, it was very nice meeting you. I had a very pleasant conversation, and I want to tell you that I can confirm what the client said. You do an excellent job. It looked really, really good. Like, there's no reason for him to lose the account based on quality. If there was like a monumental price increase, clients have the right to reach out. But anyways, here's what happened. I walked up to Josh and I introduced myself to Josh, and I told Josh the truth. I said, hey Josh, I'm Jonathan. I said, I have a lawn care company. We take care of homes in here. Just so you know, this client reached out to me yesterday because she wants a price for her lawn. Now, Josh was very gracious, and he said, hey, he's like, I understand. He said, it is what it is. I've been taking care of a lot of these lawns for a very long time, and it doesn't bother me a bit. I said, okay. I said, I understand, but I said, I just wanted to come over here and just let you know kind of maybe what she said, and I don't want you to see me over here cutting this lawn in this neighborhood in a week or two and think that I'm undercutting prices or just trying to come in a lowball. That's not what I'm doing, So me and Joshua started talking, and through the course of conversation, I got confirmation that my intuition and instincts were correct. This client needs a lot of hand holding. Whenever I looked at her yard was actually going to be quite a bit more expensive than a standard yard in this neighborhood. It was a bigger yard, kind of had like a hill area in the backyard. It just looked like a little more was needed on the yard, so my price was not going to be too far off from Josh's. So here's what I told Josh. I said, look, whenever this lady called me, I basically just offended whoever was taking care of her lawn. I said it's out of the norm for somebody to accommodate cutting a backyard like differently than the front yard. I was like, that's him really bending over backwards. And you know, if you're wanting a price break for that, I was like, you need to understand that most of the cost with a service provider is getting to the yard and starting work. You know, we could cut the front yard for $50 and the backyard might be another 10. You know, it's not like if it's a $60 yard, then we can do the front yard for $30. It doesn't work that way. So the resolution on the yard was this: I am supposed to give this lady a call. I'm supposed to give her, I might do it right now on the phone. I don't know, am I allowed to voice record somebody? I don't know, I'm probably not able to do that. I've got to give this lady a call. I'm gonna give her a call right now. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna tell her the truth. I'm gonna say, hey, that price that your lawn care provider is charging you, that is a fair price. My price would be very, very similar. He's doing a great job for you. Unless y'all have a very poor working relationship, my advice would be to stick with him since he knows the lawn. Say, John, why would you do that? That is shooting yourself in the foot. That is not a good business move. That is not wise strategically when you're building route density. I agree. And you know what? You would not be wrong in that assessment. You would be right. Sometimes business is business, and it just is what it is. But sometimes business is not just business. Unfortunately, I'm in a position right now where I do not want to be coming in, taking lawns from somebody else who is doing a good quality job strictly based on a disagreement between them and the client on price. Like, that's, if they're doing a great job and it's just like a price thing, I'm not your company. You know, you need to stick with the guy. You need to stick with him. That's what I'm gonna tell this lady. I'm gonna say, look, you know, unless you are extremely unhappy with this guy, or if there's some friction, some argument, sometimes it's good to part ways, but based on what I saw, he's doing a really good job, and our price is gonna be very, very similar. He already knows the lawn, and that's probably the angle that I'm going to take with it. I feel like I have a duty to at least give her a price as a business owner, but I might nudge the price up just a little bit to swing her decision. John, that is not a good business decision. You're right, you know. But you know what? This is my company, and I run it the way I want. You go start a business, you run your company the way you want. You guys take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Hold on, let me turn this on. Whew. I don't know how you weed it without one of these.
Yeah.
She was wanting us to
get used to, but once you get used to it.
I see. I got mine canted off to the side a little bit,
okay.
So now I can just walk straight up. She was wanting us to clean up underneath the AC unit. Yeah. Yeah. I got it. I got it. Yeah. I'm gonna go to the next one.